I thought my Tudor dive watch purchasing had come to an end, but with this one, it might take a rethink. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. It's episode 2 of a series called Buying at BQ Watches. Yes, there are many of you out there at the point where they're looking to buy their first luxury watch. And we're talking between the £1,000 and the £5,000 mark. Well, BQ Watches have an amazing amount of luxury watches in that price bracket, and this series is dedicated to cherry picking the best ones to showcase to you. So, the brand today is TUDOR. Yeah. One of the best brands in 2024 for your mid-tier luxury level watches. Now, if you've been subscribed to the channel for a while now, you will know what I think about the TUDOR Black Bay 58. You love it! Yes. So much so, I've got two. I haven't found a better dive watch out in the world from case shape, vintage aesthetics, and comfortability on my 6.5-inch wrist. Now, I think it was in 2021, TUDOR released another Black Bay 58 called the 58 Silver, and the bezel and the dial was in a colour called taupe. Have you ever heard of taupe? Only if you work for Crayola or Pantone would you know what taupe is. But it seems to me taupe is a greeny brown muddy-ish type earthy colour not many people use. And you know what? Disregarded it. Didn't look at reviews, and to be fair, thought it was a bit ugly. And it turns out if I had have handled this watch a little bit sooner, probably might have got this one over the blue one. To tell you the truth, I'm thinking of getting this to make it 3 58s. Are you 58 ready? Let's go! So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Black Bay 58 Silver 925. Why is it 925? Well, it turns out that this 58 is actually made with silver. You don't see many watches made with silver, do you? One, silver is a very soft metal, not great as a watch case. Also, silver tends to tarnish and turn an awful bogey green colour. However, this watch has been made using 925 sterling silver. Silver that has been mixed with a bit of aluminium. So you have all that lovely hypoallergenic properties from silver, and you get the non-corrosive properties that you get with aluminium. Plus, these two metals, I think, are the brightest, or the metals that reflect the most amount of light in the world. And I tell you what, in person, in my hands, this watch is pretty special. I will certainly be comparing this to my 258s, don't worry about that. But right off the bat, this is definitely a brighter Black Bay 58. And even though it's only on a strap, it definitely feels denser, a little bit heavier. And this sterling silver is 30% denser than stainless steel. So it is a precious metal, and you get the feeling that it's precious metal. The other thing you notice straight away, it's all brushed. This one looks really tooly, which actually is quite ironic, seeing as though this is precious metal. We've got the symbol AG, and in the periodic table, that means silver. 925, and we have AL, aluminium.
You are learning something today.
Now, the dimensions to this one are pretty much similar to my 58s, apart from the thickness. It's just under 1 millimeter thicker, and that is due to the exhibition caseback we have. Something exclusive to this 58. So we've got a sapphire sandwich to this watch, screw down crown and screw down caseback, giving this watch 200 meters of water resistance. This watch came out with either a NATO strap or this leather calf strap. It's all right. I don't think it goes particularly well with the taupe colour, I gotta be honest. This is proper chocolate brown, and it doesn't quite blend very well. It's nicely made, but I would probably have this on a rubber tropic strap or some form of grey military NATO to give it a bit more tooliness.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Okay, let's look at the face. Dial time. And yeah, at first, I dismissed this colour. I dismissed this reference altogether, because to me, in promotional photos, the watch looked quite washed out. But in person, this colour goes so well with that silver case. But you've got your typical Black Bay 58 dial, applied silver markers, snowflake handset. The loom is just as good as my other two. And as the handset and indices have that polished framing, the dial definitely pops pops out a little bit more than my blue 58. So, interestingly, powering this bad boy is an MT5400, 28,800 beats per hour with a 70 hours power reserve, exactly the same as the MT5402. Now, the movement inside my Black Bay 58 is only 26mm in diameter. Showing a 26mm diameter movement in the back of a 39mm case watch is a bit strange. So what TUDOR have done is taken that movement, stick it on a base plate that is 30mm in diameter so it doesn't look too small in this exhibition case back. And it makes me think about the little 26mm movement that's rattling around in my Black Bay 58s. Also, the MT5400 ain't that pretty. Okay, now I have to talk about the operational side of this watch, because to me, it's probably the best Black Bay 58 they've made. This is because the coin edging of the bezel is brushed and the grip on it is absolutely sensational. Have a listen to that. Ooh. And it pretty much mimics the same feeling I got on the Pelagos 39 with its titanium case. Now this can also be said for the crown, which is also brushed. The unscrewing, the winding, the setting the time is an absolute thing of beauty.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and this watch, well, it's a 58. It's gonna be good, isn't it? It's perfect for my wrist. The only thing I'm not sure about is the colour of this strap. If it was a suede-y, moleskin, grey, well, taupe colour, I think that would be great. We're also treading along a fine line anyway, with a dive watch being on a leather strap.
Let's go the whole hog and stick it on a suede one.
Okay, so here is where I compare it to my 58s. Now, aesthetics-wise, they are the same watch. The only difference is one's made from silver 925 and the other two are made from stainless steel. And you can see with my 58s, you've got brushing on the sides of the case, on the crown, the bezel. Ironically, it's this 925 silver one that looks the tooliest, even though it's made of this precious metal silver. Now, with the OG, I get that vintage aesthetic. I get that warm, cuddly feeling. With the blue 58, I get a sporty vibe. I get the history from TUDOR with a let's get on with it vibe. With the 925 silver, it's quite hard to pinpoint where this sits. I don't get that warmth feeling I do from the OG, but I don't get the sporty vibe I get from the blue 58. This to me goes right down the middle, and it is proper non-showy luxury. Stealth wealth! It's a great one. This watch knows it's special without showing people how special it is. It doesn't seek out attention, but when you see it, it's hard to take your eyes away from it. And I can definitely see a place for this in my collection. I know it'll be another 58. The only thing that's putting me off a little bit is just how versatile that taupe colour is. However, me having it in now, I can definitely see the appeal, and I definitely see why TUDOR made it. Now, buying this brand new, it's around £4,000. But this watch on the BQ website right now is going for £2,800, and I'm sure there's a bit of wiggle room there as well. But for anyone that is interested in the Black Bay 58, please don't dismiss the silver taupey one. Yes, it may not look like the OG and have those Rolex Submariner, TUDOR Submariner vibes, but done in this way, the watch is so far removed from Rolex, it makes it more a TUDOR watch. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I want one. Here it is, my wife's views on the beautiful Black Bay 58 silver. This is boring. Haven't you got this already? It looks like a watch that has been made in a factory and someone's forgotten to paint it. Ignorance there from my wife. She doesn't know that it's a taupe colour, you know, a proper colour, and she doesn't know about the sterling silver. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to buy this one. Don't tell her! Good shout. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Don't forget to check out the BQ website. There are hundreds of amazing luxury watches in that £1,000 to £5,000 price bracket. I will endeavour to give you some beauties in the future, don't you forget that. If you want to support the Mad Watch Collector and want a little bit more, why don't you click there and join? Get yourself some merch in the description below. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, why don't you check this one out? Oh! This is sensational. This is the first Omega I actually want to buy. Yeah, this is the first one I've seen I want. Go on, click it. It's good. Click it.